Hello everyone, and welcome to the opening day of Auburn's spring practice. It's actually still sort of going on somewhere behind us in the building. We're going to talk a little bit. It's hard on the first day. A lot of sort of newsy type stuff, but not a big deal. We're going to center in on the quarterbacks, since that's what y'all care about anyway. Gus Malzahn sort of not really saying, but kind of saying that hinting that Jeremy Johnson is the guy to beat.
Yeah, he's a starter. I mean, listen, Jeremy Johnson's a starter, and Gus Malzahn's going to keep putting it out there that Jason Smith is going to have a chance at quarterback, which he will, but this tells you as much as you need to know. Jason Smith started with the quarterbacks today, started, warming up with them, and then ran off to go do punt return. A guy who's going to maybe be the starter for an SEC football team, not going to be returning punts. So, Jeremy Johnson's your starter, and the thing that really stuck out with me today, you look at heights and weights and everything, but when you're out there and you look at him, you look at Jeremy Johnson's up here and everybody else is here, just physically, Johnson is such a different quarterback than these other guys, and he's so different from Nick Marshall last year. So when you hear things about, well, all of our guys are dual threat guys and they're going to run, yeah, he's going to run a little bit, but he's not Nick Marshall. He's a bigger guy. He's going to run in the middle of the field if he does. And he's just got that presence about him. He's a big arm quarterback, NFL type arm. He's your starter. That's it.
Our best guess is that what they're going to do with Jason Smith is kind of work him in on that Wildcat package. Because, again, as Brandon just said, Jeremy Johnson is not the same type of runner. He just isn't. Best guess here is he does some inverted veer stuff up the middle, and scrambles when he has the opportunity. But they're not running 12 times a game on his own read. It's just not going to happen. So Jason Smith is a guy who can do some of that. He's a guy who can return punts. Just to back up Brandon's point, Nick Marshall never did that, ever, even when he was battling for the job himself.
Right.
So, but Jason Smith is a guy that they probably can start to see themselves moving all over the field and doing a lot of different stuff with. That's why he's back on punt return. And maybe, that's what gets him a look at quarterback here in the beginning. Mm-hmm. Jeremy Johnson, he's backed up for 2 years, started two games. They've already said stuff about how they're going to throw the ball more. It's going to be a different kind of offense. Read between the lines.
Yeah, and it's more or less probably just one, the coach is paranoid and he doesn't like saying things that might give you an idea of what he wants to do. And also, is to keep Jeremy Johnson on his toes a little bit. They like to put the quarterbacks on island during spring and fall camp so that they feel like that they're actually fighting for something. And Gus said it again today. He's got to win the job. So they're gonna put a little bit of pressure on Jeremy just for the sake of putting pressure on him.
But we expect him to win the job. Anyway, we'll be back on Thursday after talking to a certain man whose name rhymes with Smuschamp. And that rebuilt defense. If you don't know who that is, you've been asleep for a very long time. Much more coverage from all this coming at AL.com.